Alrighty, hello everybody. Yeah, we've finally reached the end of McRaeathon 2023. We've got Josef and Brionac as well as myself. Hopefully you can hear us all. So,
Hello there.
Yo.
Yeah. We just want to quickly start off by saying just a few little things. First and foremost, big thank you to everybody for watching our event once again. It wouldn't go if it went unnoticed. We don't know where we would be with this event, to be honest. We've raised €260, which reminds me, we do have a last-minute donation. Feel free to keep them coming in as well after the event is finished, but we have a $2 donation from Brionac saying rounding up the number because it's bugging me, Lamau. So thank you very much, Brionac. Feel free to keep the donations coming in whilst we're doing this closing speech. By the way, the number will update in real time. So if you donate now, it'll come up, and don't worry about it. Yeah. So first and foremost, another successful event under our belts from all of us here at McRaeathon. Big credit goes out to all of our runners that have participated in this event. You guys have made the event what it is. Same as our volunteering team. All of the hosts that we have had through the last 2 days has been absolutely incredible. All of you have done amazing jobs, so give yourself a pat on the back for that. I actually want to give a big mention to Brionac, who's here with us, because he has handled a fair bit of tech. It's his first time doing the tech for McRaeathon. I know it's not. I believe it's not your first time doing tech overall.
No. I mean, I said the team McRaeathon. It's probably the first time because handling everything on OBS and everything else. Yeah, it's the first time. Like doing proper tech job, it's the first time. But overall, I've done like sound checks and everything else for the Italian marathon. So I already got a kind of experience on that regard. But yeah.
Yeah, so basically, Brionac has done, I'd say, about 3/4 of the tech for this event. I've not just pushed it on him, by the way, just for people to clarify this. Is a case of we have a tech host schedule for those that don't know, and I had a few shifts, and Brionac had a few shifts. We basically took it in shifts to work the tech between the two of us. Obviously, we had quite a few different hosts doing different amounts of bits and pieces. But yeah, first and foremost, chaps, let me just ask you this. What was your favourite run from the event?
Start with you, Brionac.
Oh, definitely Reiterator, I think. I had a lot of fun watching it. I was actually doing tech in the meantime with Zakov, but I actually watched a fair bit of it, and it was a really great run. I really liked it a lot, but I'd give a proper mention to the Citroen C4 robot run as well. That was funny. I really enjoyed that. So yeah, those two probably.
Joseph?
Yeah, slightly biased here, but probably the Gran Turismo run from yesterday. I really enjoyed it. I think the commentary helped out a lot. I think it was Jasper and Dutchy who did that. That was my favorite run of the event.
For me, the one that I enjoyed the most was probably, I'm going to say, Trackmania. It was the first time we'd had a DS submission to this. Something that we know we need to work on for the next time. I do kind of need to give big mention to the Polish community on this for this event, because thanks to them, I'm not going to just mention Chotu on this one, but thanks to the community that has participated in it, that has donated to this event as well, it's been pretty good. Yeah, it has been pretty impressive for what we've managed to get. And all honesty, the Citroen C4 robot run amongst the Tesco race that we had, they're like two memes. I know that, and yeah, I'd say you give yourself a very firm pat on the back. Obviously, we had Turbo with Art of Rally. Can't forget that one, of course. But I mean, it's hard for me to pick a favorite, to be honest. But I'm gonna say Trackmania if I had to pick my personal favorite. But a lot of them are really enjoyable. In terms of a few things that I'd like to mention, first and foremost, we did have the first time we had a three-way race, which was pretty impressive. I'm surprised it didn't go any more chaotic than it did, so I'm glad that went okay, somewhat. Apologies for the internet issues that we had. Obviously, tech issues happen, so it happens. I can only apologize to Joe and the guys for the three-way race, and also to Survivor, because that's where the internet issues came in. Not during an intermission, which would have been a bit easier. Halfway through long runs, which was a bit of a shame. But apart from that, we've not done too bad, I'd say. We have got an order donation, which I'll read out in a minute. But another thing I'd like to just kind of swiftly move on to is I don't want to mention anything regarding the next event for McRaeathon. Simple reason for this was the big announcement coming, is that there'll be no announcement for McRaeathon 2024. Obviously, we announced the next year's event just briefly, even just saying that that's what it's going to be called. Chances are that probably will be what it's going to be called. But the main thing regarding or surrounding McRaeathon is between myself, Josef, and Brionac, we can run the event. However, we are in. I'm not one to be on the floor begging here. But we basically are after more people to come on board our team to help out with various aspects of the event, if possible, because without it, this event can't really continue for too much longer. I'm hoping with a bit of luck that we don't end up going the way of other racing game speedruns, because other racing game marathons, because in recent years, we have seen the likes of Makeshift, A Race Against Time, and various other racing game marathons slowly disappear and die off. And as it stands right now, McRaeathon is kind of standing all by itself in terms of racing game marathons, which is great on one hand, but also sad on the other. And personally speaking, it's something that recently has got to my head, not in a good way, in a bad way. In a sense that this event is a fun event, and it is proven what the racing game communities can do when they all come together. And that is exactly what everybody has shown off. That is exactly what we ask of people, if they can submit to it and things like that. But obviously, behind the scenes, there are a lot of people that put this game. Well, I say a lot of people. There's 3 or 4 people that help put this event together in total. Not to leave anything out here, whilst I'm on the subject of helping out, we need to give a big, massive mention to the guys over at BSG, because without them, as we've mentioned various times during this marathon, without them, you wouldn't be able to donate to our event, nor would you be able to have the stream going or anything like that. They have lent so much to us, pretty much the same as last year. And if it wasn't for those guys, then this event would be running at pretty crap quality, I'll be honest. It'd be running off my internet, which, believe it or not, would not be great, because my internet's not fantastic anyway. And yeah, it would be a lot more of a disaster. Just to mention as well, whilst I'm on the topic of things, we will be sending out a feedback form once this event has finished. It probably won't be out tonight. It'll probably be tomorrow or the day after, but we will get it sent out in the McRaeathon Discord. So keep an eye out for that. If you've got anything you want to mention, like any improvements, anything we've done great or not great, that's where you need to leave your feedback. And obviously, we can take that on board and move forward with it into the next event. I had another announcement to make, which unfortunately, I don't want to mention here because of the fact that, long story short, if I mentioned it now, I've no doubt there would be a lot of hype around it, so I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to mention anything about it. It's just a case of it will still be a surprise for when the announcement comes. But let's just put it this way. Various members of communities have been asking for it. Most notably, it's to do with one particular game. That should probably give it away. A lot of people will probably interested to know about it. But again, until we get the final details, and again, this is another reason why we're after more people because we need people for this event to also work. So it's not a case of just one. It's not just McRaeathon. It is this bonus event. The event in question is actually a tournament. Now you know that I've said that, you might be able to piece the other bits together. Anyway, on that note, any final thoughts, chaps?
If I can add something, it was a real pleasure helping the event going during the whole event as a tech guy, and at first I was really nervous. Like I I was thinking that maybe I could do some big mistakes, but everything went pretty smooth in the end, in my opinion. And honestly, even if we don't really have a proper announcement for a new McRaeathon event, I'm actually looking forward to it, both as a runner and as a tech guy. So I would like to thank once again all the staff at McRaeathon, and all the runners, all the commentators, all the hosts, everyone that contributed to this event, which is a real fortune that we have like a racing game marathon right now. I think even if it's like not as big as other marathons, but it's still like I think it is and it was a quality event, and it could get better with time eventually. So yeah, I just wanted to say that.
Joe?
Well, I don't know. I enjoyed this event, so and I really hope that we do it again next year, and perhaps we can do it bigger and better and all that stuff. So, no, I really enjoyed the event, and I enjoyed the runs I did and all that sort of thing. And I think it was really, yeah. This was even though we had some technical problems, it was still a really good event. So, yeah.
Just to mention as well, so the other thing is as well is the two donations. I do apologize. We actually got two $1 donations. I believe I see a train going here, so I'll be intrigued to see this happen. But Tomb has submitted $1 saying "No more rounded." Haha, keck. And Zola
no.
has also submitted a book saying "Your turn, Brionac."
Oh no.
What have you done? But yeah, feel free to keep the donations coming in if you wish to do so. I will just quickly say as well before we end the marathon completely, as in shut it off, is that we do have a raid target to finish off this event. Normally we don't really do raids or anything like that, but this time around we are doing. But before I go to the final screen, just so people are aware, the BSG guys will keep the donation things open for at least another day or so. So if you've missed the event or you want to get any donations in, you can do. The donations will be open for another 24 hours roughly. And also, keeping an eye on chat, this is our biggest amount of donations we've ever had. I think last year it was like $208, which we didn't even think was possible. And the fact that we've gone an extra $50-$60 on top of that is absolutely crazy. So you guys have been absolutely amazing. As we've said before, all money that is raised during this event all goes to Mind. And roll on the next event, whenever that may be. So from myself, from Joseph, and from Brionac, and from all of us here at McRaeathon 2023 team, we will bid you good night, farewell, time to park our cars up, wherever they may be, whatever it is you drive. And we are going to raid its trigger for our raid target. So if anyone wants to jump in the raid for that, and tell them this. McRaeathon says
Remember
hi.
the transition though. The final screen, I mean.
There we go. Good night, chaps. Have a good one. We'll catch you later.